All right, it looks like we are live. Hope y'all can hear me. Let me know how the sound and the picture. I know the picture's bad because my internet is running on one bar right now. But anyways, welcome to Late Night Gun Chat. Hope you're doing well. Don't forget to join our MeWe page, and don't forget to join our Arms Directory page. That's where all the affiliate links are. And if you haven't been to one of these late night gun chats, just an informal thing about me talking about whatever you guys want to ask questions about. And unless you give a super chat, it is worth exactly what you pay for it. In which case, if you do give a super chat, we appreciate it. It helps the channel, and it's worth less than what you paid for it. So anyway, that's that. I like to shout out the chat room. So that's that. So here we go. We got Hunter Kirk in here so far. It's good to see you. We have the man, the myth, the legend, the low hit right guy himself, Chooks Outdoor Adventures. He says he's getting better, but he still makes stormtroopers look like Jerry Mitchellek. Anyway, so there it is. So is what it is. Bending Ballistics. There you go. Hello from Central California, Ray Ramos. Nice to meet you, Mr. Ramos. All right, thanks for coming in. All right. Sunny Guns, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Alaskan one, Andy. Always faithful, always in the chat. Appreciate it, buddy. All right. Good evening, David Thompson. It's good to see you. And I'm sure there's going to be a bunch more people join in a minute. I can't see you unless you say something in the chat. So that's that. Keith Gregory, what's up? And then, hi, Skidmark. Yep. And good to see you. So, love your post. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So, late night gun chat. You just ask me your questions. I tell you my answers, and it's worth about exactly what you paid for it. So, is what it is. So ask your gun questions. If you've got any gun questions, gun laws, I don't give out legal advice, legally speaking, but gun laws, all that kind of stuff. 8 o'clock your time. No, it's 6:52. It is 6:52 our time. Luke Skywalker, may the force be with you. All right, Richard E, how you doing? It's good to see a lot of people here, and glad y'all are here. And so again, this is just that. I just got the stuff in today to make some clear ballistics gel, homebrew recipe. So hopefully I'll make some, and we'll probably hopefully have some videos soon, in the next few weeks. So appreciate it. All right, Eisenhower's Tactical. I shouted you out in my last video. Drop by and subscription. I learned a lot from you. Eisenhower's Tactical. Yeah, I bet you learned everything you know from me, and 5 minutes later you were a smarter man. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll drop by. Yeah, everybody go to Eisenhower's Tactical and drop by and give them a like. All right. All right, David Thompson, Mr. Alaskan Opinions. Very good. Yeah, Mr. Alaskan Opinions. Well, they're worth what you paid for here. All right, David Posey. Hello from Tennessee. What part of Tennessee? My grandparents lived, they're not with us anymore, obviously, but they lived in Athens, and my aunt and uncle lived in Cleveland, and I spent a lot of time in Tennessee as a kid. I grew up in Georgia. All right, North Carolina, David Thompson, North Carolina, cool. Had to drop my first match of 2023. I broke my trigger finger Sunday. What'd you do that for? Drop those ingredients in upcoming gel videos, please. Yeah, if you just look up homemade clear ballistics gel, you can find the ingredients. All right, so that's that. Yeah, man. Yeah, I do hope your finger gets better, dude. All right. Yeah. What's up, Chuck? Did you see my RPR rimfire? Yeah, that's a fun gun. Those are pretty fun guns. So, but no. Yeah, I saw that. It's pretty cool. Hello, Anthony Fairbanks. Nice to see you. Small pistol primer price dropped here to $80 here. Cool. I can't remember the last ones I bought were $79.99 or $89.99. So yeah, broken trigger fingers. Why don't you just shoot it with your birdie finger? Put the I'm not going to make the obscene hand gesture on YouTube, obviously, because you never know. But why don't you just put your birdie finger in there and pull? All right. Dang, CNC's fight back when you try to change over to lit. I bet. Not if you run. There you go. Do you have to disclose a firearm on it? Yes, in Alaska, if you have a firearm on you, you have to disclose it to the cops if you're pulled over. So, what's the best 270 bullet for deer? I'd say Federal Fusion. Federal Fusion, yeah, I mean it's good for anything, but it is what it is. That would be mine. Steel Jack from 2010, $20, 1,000 primers. Yeah, there you go. I remember those days. 2010, it was $40 instead of $20 for 1,000 primers. Now we're complaining about 80. Yeah, I don't think the governor is gonna obey the Supreme Court. So why would he? I mean, he's gonna be like, Mr. Clarence Thomas has made his decision. Now let him enforce it. If you get the historical reference that I'm referencing, the Supreme Court's kind of powerless to enforce its decisions on places like that. All you can do is sue and keep suing, and you have sued. So, I've heard of good things about DPM guide rounds and springs, but I've never used them. I use the what is it, the NS what is it, the NSX? I don't remember what spring I use now. But they're cheap and they're good. So yeah, governor nuisance. Yeah, pretty much. All right, but yeah, the best thing you can do in California, you either need to start a revolution or you need to move out. Your choices. You live in California, those are your choices. Ding seems. There we go. Talking about the stinky pinky. Yep. I'd be miserable if I broke my trigger finger, but I work around it. What happens if you break your trigger finger in a gunfight or you're something like that? You ever thought about that? That's something to think about. All right. Yeah, 140 grain CR Game Kings are pretty decent. Wouldn't use them on much bigger than deer though because they're not bonded. But is there a big difference from the other 10 millimeter from in the new FN 10 millimeter close at 1100? Ask Chooks Outdoor Adventures. He's the one that has one right now. So $179 1,000 for 9 millimeter. That's actually a good deal. Or are you talking just primers? This is what we were talking. What's the aftermarket barrel company you use? I have Glocks Gen 3. You have a particular company. KKM Precision. KKM Precision. It's the only one to use. David, I don't know a lot about the 270, but Chuck would be the one guy to ask. He's joking. I hate the 270. I hate every 270 I've ever owned. Can't stand them. They've not been accurate. They don't have good match chambers, and they're much better calibers these days. I hate the 270. But that being said, I have killed plenty of deer with a 270, and I would say 140 grain ballistic tips, nozzle ballistic tips are okay. If you got really thick deer, probably not. Federal Fusion's where I go. Federal Terminal Ascent's pretty good, right? But yeah. Yeah, okay. Any suggestions where to find large rifle primers? I got some last week from the old lady who lived across the street. Her husband died. That's where I got my large rifle primers. Look for something like that. Look for an estate sale, buddy. That's all I can tell you, David. 2000 year. Oh, year 2000, bro. There you go. That's what it cost 23 years ago. Yep. Actually, it wasn't that bad. Like last year or 2 years ago, 2020, I was working in Cabela's. They were selling the 100-round box of herders for $17.99, and I bought 10 boxes of them before they ran out of them completely. And so I got it, 3 years ago for $179.99 for 1,009 millimeter, 115 grain. What's up, Gorilla HD? What is your favorite short magnum? I don't have a favorite short magnum. I guess technically 6.5 by 284 is a short magnum. It's the first to use the rebated rim and wider case. But it's not really a magnum because it doesn't get the magnum loads and velocity. That's the only thing I own that's close to a short magnum. I would say if I had to pick a short magnum these days, it would probably be the new 6.8 Western because that's a 270 short magnum with the correct twist rate. But I'd rather just have the long gun. There's no point. It's harder to find ammo. No point. And they say the short magnums kicked less, but it was the same powder charge essentially, give or take a grain or two here or there. But it's the same powder charge in a smaller, lighter gun shooting the same heavyweight bullet. Yeah, that's not a recipe for kicking less. All right. So I didn't see the point in short magnums. I don't. I really don't. If you like them, great. You have them, great. They're like any other cartridge. You put a well-constructed bullet right where it's supposed to go, and it'll do the same thing, whether it's a 243, a short magnum, or a 338, as long as you put that well-constructed bullet right where it needs to go. Now, does that mean that the 338 is not going to be more effective than the 243? Sure it is. But, 90% of the equation is accuracy, and the next 7, 8, 9% is, bullet performance. And then 1% is your power. Like, it is what it is. So actually, I check all my folks, nothing but small rifle primers. Well, hey, gather those up. You never know what you'll need there. You're building a 6mm PRC barrel because I can. There you go. All right. Sub 67 Rebel SST AMC. Hope you're doing well. Is there a big difference in recoil between the Glock 20 and Glock 40? Yes, there's enough to notice. Yeah. The Glock Model 40 really does recoil a lot less. It's because it's heavy in the front. They just basically took the slide and extended it. And so it's front heavy. It's not well balanced. And that front heaviness takes the recoil right out. And when the slide pushes forward, it just pushes that gun right back forward. I had a friend, his plan was to buy a Glock 20, get a 5.5-inch threaded KKM barrel, then put thread on a compensator that would fit flush, and it would be the same as a Glock Model 40, except it'd be a threaded compensator. He shot my Glock Model 40 and bought a Glock Model 40 instead. Okay, that's what he did. Because once he shot mine, he goes, oh, that's nice. So, is what it is. What's up, Gizzard Gary? How you doing? What's your best bullet for Grizzly? If you hand load, I would get the CKB hardcast bullets. Go to ckbcastbullets.com, and that would be my favorite bullet. It's a good Brental hardness, and you can load them pretty fast and pretty good. If you don't hand load, I would get it depends on what 44 Magnum you have. If you have a Ruger or something really strong, you get the Buffalo Bore 340 grain plus B plus. If you have a Smith & Wesson, you get something not as strong, something that could be blown apart. You get the 255 grain plus or Keith gas check. The 255 grain Keith gas check. Sorry, my infant son is screaming right now, or my 2-year-old son. So sorry about that. And we have thin floors in this house. I'm downstairs in the basement, but it is what it is. I have not heard of John from TikTok. Nope. John from Toke. I have not heard from John from Toke. No. So, speaking of hard to find ammo, I bought a 480 Ruger still in the plastic. Can't find ammo brass. In Alaska, might have to do a long road trip. Don't do a road trip because you can't take it through Canada. Do a airplane ride. You can carry 11 pounds with you. I'll let you know. Email me and I'll let you know next time I go to the store. That's about the best I can do. So I've actually got a box of it right over here somewhere. My cameraman has a 480 Ruger and a 6-inch barrel 480 Ruger, and I bought a box of extreme penetrators when you can from Lehigh Underwood and Lehigh Defense extreme penetrators. So that might be true. I don't know, Luke. I don't know. I'm not the one to ask there. So I'm late for class. I'm not that smart. So, yeah, that's that. I thought the hard cast. I reload that caliber penetration and what you're saying. Yeah, there you go. The extreme penetrators like Lehigh Defense will work too, but it is what it is. It's still unrated for plus P and hard cast. I believe so. I believe so. Alaskan Ballistics at Gmail. Never too late for guns, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Never too late for guns. Yep. Never too late for guns. I like this guy's attitude. So, some good questions tonight. And again, late night gun chat is just answering your questions. So whatever you guys want us to talk about, whatever you guys want to do, make sure you talk about that. Don't forget our MeWe. Our MeWe is basically where you can go see all of our affiliate links, and that helps us get paid. So is what it is. Actually, David, Underwood hasn't raised their ammo prices nearly as much as other companies. Their hard cast isn't that bad per box. They're the extreme penetrators, the Lehigh Defense, are expensive. They're custom bullets. They're custom turned on the lathe bullets. So is what it is. So yeah, Underwood isn't really that bad. All right. There's a while there I can get Underwood less than I could get standard Hornady, both with 180 grain XTP 10 millimeter. So is what it is. Yep. Is what it is. Yep. You're welcome, Busta Base. Busta Base. Yeah. If there's some here, we'll have to work it out, because you can carry 11 pounds back in a locked container in your suitcase. More if you fly Alaskan Airlines. You might want to call them. So figure out where you're coming from, what you want to do. That's the way to go right there. That is the way to go. Trust me on that one. This looks like our MeWe group. Pack of wolves about to attack you. What firearm would you want? Honestly, I'd want probably want a 300 blackout AR-15. Yeah, 30 rounds, heavy bullets. Shorter if you got an SPR, or if the pistol brace thing gets overturned, which it should. All right, it should be a open shut walk in the park. There's so many reasons. Would y'all actually watch it? And most of the time I make a 2A video rant and you guys don't actually watch it. All right, would you guys actually watch it if I made a five reasons why the pistol braces pistol brace rule is illegal? Because I've done the research with other videos, and then I've gone and looked at the documents, and it's like they're violating several different court cases besides violating the Second Amendment. Besides violating the National Firearms Act itself, it is what it is. So that's that. I've seen buffalo boar in a rare caliber, but I've never seen Underwood in Wyoming. That's weird, because they're produced in Wyoming, or no, they were produced in Utah or something like that. Yeah. Midway USA got that ammo. Dang, you hit it first. Yep. You are an ammunition savant. Definitely like 10 millimeter. Carry G29 SF. Yeah. I love my G29. It's a good carry gun. The reason I was looking at the short mags, I was looking at a mountain rifle, and all it comes in a short mag. To be honest with you, if it comes in short action, why not go 6.5 Creedmoor or 308? It's a mountain rifle. Now, unless you're hunting something much bigger that you want much more things in. But look at like the Weatherby First Light and the Vanguard Meat Eater. They're lighter weight rifles. And then there's the Kimber Mountain Ascent that Chuk has. That's a really lightweight rifle. It comes in bigger than short mag calibers. So it is what it is, man. But again, you got three choices in short mag that you can kind of still find ammo for. That's 300 short mag, 270 short mag, and 7mm short mag. So it just depends on whether you like a .277 bullet, a .284 inch bullet, or a .308 inch bullet. And in that, I'd probably get a .308 inch bullet. You know, that's just what I would do. All right. 10mm is way more popular than 44 Magnum right now. They're both good. And they're both carried a lot. How much hazmat can we ship on the barge? I have no idea, man. I'm not a barge guy. My PMR 3022 mag could be good on a pack of wolves. Double checking mine on your advice, Alaska, and I got a good one with no flaws. Well, as long as you got a good one with no flaws, and it can also take snow and cold. All right, you said you live in North Carolina or Tennessee, North Carolina. If it can take snow and cold, then yeah. Don't forget that thing's gonna be frozen up. If it's got any sweat or oil or moisture on it, that's gonna be frozen. No, I would definitely go with something that has a little bit better reputation myself. But if I'm getting attacked by a pack of wolves, and there's nothing wrong with an AK, there's nothing wrong with carrying an AK. There's a lot of people that carry an AK or an SKS in the winter up here for that reason. That's what they carry. I really wish I knew that. Would watch 5 reasons the arm brace ban should be overturned. That's a good way to do it. I'm in California. I can tell you that the brace rule, not a law, will go through. CAA, Ruger, and S&W many companies like Magpul are in on the fight. Hopefully. I am loading 10mm as we speak, 200 grain coated Missouri bullets, over 7.3 grains of long shot. Good plinkers. There you go. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. So, Philip, thanks for letting me know you would watch that. I'd have to have a lot more people say yes, they would watch that in the chat before I make it. So, is what it is. I'd probably do it a little differently, but than I have in the past. But is what it is. What's up, Martin Horst? How you doing? It's good to see you. Always good to see you. What do you prefer, 300 Win Mag or 300 Remington Magnum? They have them at my local pawn shop. I'm looking at, hopefully. 300 Winchester Magnum is going to be the one you get a lot more ammo for. There's a lot more ammo out there. There's a lot more ammo to find. There's a lot more reloading and brass components. Dies are easier to find. 300 Remington Mag. Do you mean 300 Remington Ultra Magnum? Hard to find. Is what it is. I wish. I wish it was a little more popular, but is what it is. I would watch it good. I would watch all of your videos. Yes, I would definitely watch it. Thanks, Martin. Thanks, Rich. Scott, I know you watch all my videos, Gorilla HD. What's up, Big E? So there we go. All right, guys. Well, I'll start working on that. And it's basically a summation of probably stuff you already know. But between the entrapment that they're trying to do, is what it is, guys. I would not. Is what it is. 300 Win Mag is a beast. If you need more, you should reevaluate your game. Yeah, that's right. If you need more than 300 Winchester Magnum, you probably shouldn't be hunting elephant. So, Joe, I'm pretty sure he's referring to the 300 Remington Ultra Magnum. That could be that. Hey, Chuck, I decided on a Savage 110 Tactical. That's a pretty cool gun, 20 inch. What caliber did you get it in? 308? Okay, if I wanted a truly balanced but reduced load in 270 Winchester to duplicate 7mm, what bullet and what powder? I'm determined to cool that 270 off to avoid shredding a little deer. What bullet and what powder? Let's see. If you want to cool it off a little bit, I would say go the 150 grain Accubon long range. And then I'd back down my charge of 4831, and then I would not call it over a 300-yard shot. I would just back down IMR 4831 because it's a pretty low recoiling powder once you back the powder charge down. So that's what I would say. Okay, David Walcott 308. Yeah, that's 20-inch barrel. That's the way it would go. 308. All right. Yep. And that Accubon long range. That one's a hard. It's an easy soft bullet. It's going to expand, and do very well at expansion, but it's only available in the heavy grains. So I was thinking, if you truly wanted that 120 grain performance, um, I don't know if you saw my John Norman. You saw my 270 with the 100 grain GMX video. That would be a good one. I mean, back it down a little bit. That would be a good one. Of course, now it's a CX bullet, so it should be even better for little tiny deer. Maybe just a 140 grain soft point. I mean, 7mm weights typically 140 grain or 120 grain. I've seen some 160 grains. But yeah, maybe just a 140 grain soft point of some kind. Go find a soft point that your gun likes to shoot and back it down to powder charge with IMR 4831. Yeah. Use them on a bullet, no exploder. Yeah, they don't explode, but they also don't expand if you don't get them going fast enough. So, and they do explode. They shred the petals if you get them going fast enough. So, yeah, a gunsmith could add some irons on it. I think you could. You're going to spend as much as a scope these days, probably, but 300 WCN is pretty much non-existent here on the Kenai Peninsula. I haven't seen it anywhere in the last couple of years, except for Sportsman's in Soldotna. Got some last July, then it was gone again. There you go. I'll tell you why you shouldn't get a short action Ultra Mag or a short action Magnum. So I have my hand loads that I did on the CKB carb cast bullet in mine, and I have a video on those, just CKB hardcast bullets. You should be able to find it on YouTube. Just look up CKB cast bullets 10mm and it's Glock 29 versus 20 versus 40. It should pop up, something like that. Let me see if I can get the video for you here. It's the third video on here. It pops up. So that's what I'm using in mine. And let me go. Here you go, Command Center. Putting the link in the thing right now. So that would give you a good idea. That's what I load. If you hand load, that's the best one. That's what I keep in my Glock 20. In the woods, in the hood, I'll keep a little bit more. I'll keep the 100 grain Extreme Defender in the hood. Copper solid. Go through a lot of stuff. It's 100 grain. Also got a video on these. So you can see it there. Cut out the flutes, and it causes a lot of tissue damage by spinning with that cut. So that's what it is. What are your thoughts on 5.56 300 blackout jacketed soft plates and AR platforms? Have you done any testing? Seen them marketed as self-defense hunting loads? So generally, and I did a lot of testing before I moved to Alaska. Obviously, generally speaking, you want to go ballistic tip with your AR platforms, because the feed ramps mar the bullet, and sometimes really soft point bullets will get marred. I've seen NASA partitions in 64 grain get marred going up the feed ramp, and then they just didn't have the accuracy. I had a gun that shot nearly an inch with everything, but with soft points, it would shoot 1.5 inches, 3 inches and 3/4, 2 inches. Everything, all the ballistic tips you could find, man, 1/2 inch all day. But it was what it was back then, too. So I mean, if you're gonna polish out your feed ramps and get those polished up pretty good, the M4 ramps, then maybe. Or if you have a protected point bullet, where the point's protected, then maybe. But yeah, I would say if you really want something like that, you get a TTSX or a TSX. So, what do you think lower 48er take for granted compared to Alaska? The ability to order ammo online, since we can't do it because of dang shipping rules, not even because of state law or federal laws, the dang shipping rules. All right. First of all, Jesus Christ is our Lord and Savior, my Lord and Savior, not 308. 308's a good cartridge. I mean, it's had its heyday. 6.5 Creedmoor is a better cartridge. Simply because of the long distance and the drop and stuff for long range shooting. Now for under 300 yards, obviously 308 still a better cartridge. So is what it is. But yeah, yeah, I like 308. I've killed my first 4 deer with the 308, and a couple more later, and I like 308. I've been wanting to build a 308 AR-10. I just funds right now. We're trying to get out of debt and pay down things and stuff like that. It's just not on the table right now. So it is what it is. Unless y'all go show my videos a million times, then I could buy one. Dave, a 7mm Ultra Mag, a 284 diameter on steroids. There you go. Barrel's gone after 1,500 rounds. There you go. Good stuff. Thank you. You're welcome. It is a great round. Former loss was a Remington 700 308 bull barrel. Sucker's accurate. There you go. Remington 700 308 bull barrel. It's hard to beat. Man, thanks. Man, that was my thought as well. Yep. You're welcome. Joe W. 200 grain, 22 BRH Rimrock hardcast over 7.6 grain and long shot. Yep, there you go. And then fresh Starline. That's a good Glock 20 load right there. I agree. That's the bullet tip in my Beretta 9mm I carry. Concealed nice round Alaskan. You carry hardcast in your Beretta 9mm? Cool. David Thompson, have a Savage 110 FP Tactical Police 308 from my SWAT days a long time ago. There you go. I know, I'm just playing. Okay, I know, no problem. Yeah. If you could only have one 308 6.5 Creedmoor, considering I have 3.65 Creedmoors and 0 308s, you got my answer there. I bought it because we got a deal. I was looking for a 308 or 7mm 08 for my wife. Got a deal on a 6.5 Creedmoor. Okay. And then I bought other 6.5 Creedmoors because at the time you couldn't get 308 and I already had a ton of 6.5 Creedmoor. So it is what it is. So basically, I would do that. Ideally, if I wanted an all-around gun where I could take moose and grizzly bear up close and in an AR-10 kind of thing and defend my house, and if I had one gun, I'd probably go 308. But because I have, and now I've killed a caribou with a 6.5 Creedmoor, and it's, anybody that says it won't drop a deer or it won't do that is a freaking liar. Yeah, 6.5 Creedmoor does good, but I want them all. But if you could only have one, it really just depends on what you're doing. I already have a ton of 6.5 Creedmoor, so I'd probably pick a 6.5 Creedmoor. But I still want a 308. Is what it is. I got 308 on the reloading bench right now, so debating whether to put 125 grain Accubons in them, or for my cameraman, or 130 grain TTSX, or something other crazy 110 grain TAC XPD. What is that bullet? TAC XPD. So is what it is. The 8mm by 57 Mauser. There you go. It's a good one. 6.5 by 257 Roberts, and AI is fun. Yeah, I bet it is. Cheap Savage 300 Winchester Magnum, kicking like a mule, super accurate. Yep. My Weatherby First Light actually doesn't kick at all. It's nice. Good evening, Chuck. How's your TS Dagger home yet? Does it do okay with hardcast? Haven't tried hardcast. I sold the gun. Probably I sold it a few weeks ago now. Ended up just getting some trinkets and paying for some groceries with the money. It's one of those things where I didn't need the gun. I needed another 9mm, like I needed a hole in the head. It held up really good. The guy who bought it probably is in the chat somewhere. If he's not, he'll watch tomorrow morning and he can tell you, Tron. But I mean, you could go over on my MeWe page. So yeah, I definitely do that. I would definitely go with one. But would I run hardcast through it? I don't know. I never really looked down the barrel to tell if it was polygon and rifling or not, to be honest with you. If it's polygonal rifling, I probably wouldn't run much hard cast through it. Right? At least not it needs to be coated hard cast. I've done a video on that 200 grain HSM hard cast ammo. Go check it out. It's weak. It's weak. So 308, excellent choice of an all-around caliber. Yep, is awesome. Thanks. No problem. I hope I answered your question instead of doing that. Is that a nice picture of the Matanuska Glacier right there? Is that the Matanuska Glacier, Rob Kinney, or is that another glacier? What picture is that in your avatar? What glacier is that? Kind of looks like one near where I hunt, which is the McLaren Glacier, McLaren River area. Which I'm not hunting there anymore, but FN Scar 17 is a good one. Don't put your thumb up there because it's a reciprocating charger handle. It's not non-reciprocating, so got to get them all. We're like the younger generation are with Pokemon. That's a good one. I like the Hornady 200 grain hollow points in my Glock 20. I'm in an apartment, want to start reloading, but don't have the room. Get your powder, primer, components, and whatever things you can buy now and store in a box. And then when you have the room, you'll have the stuff. But get your stuff now, Sean. All right. But the 200 grain XTP, I just bought a box of those. So I should be able to hand load some of those, do a video on them. So at some point, like I'm just so behind hand loading. So if crap were to hit the fan tomorrow, I still got 4,223 to reload and not enough bullets to do it. Awesome. Thanks. Yeah. Want them all too. Still trying to figure out a way to take them with me when we go. Yep. Sean, big flat top desk. Your reloading starts. Yeah, you don't really need a humongous, well-built Ford Tough workbench. You need just a flat top desk will do, man. Yep. Leroy, I wouldn't shoot hard cast ammo through it. The coated hard cast from Underwood, you'll be okay. The extreme penetrators from Lehigh, loaded by Underwood, they'll be okay. But you really do want to get, if you're going to do high pressured loads, like plus P stuff, even though it's not marked plus P in 10 millimeter, if you're going to do high pressure loads, you want to get a KKM barrel with better chamber support. It really does help your brass for reloading, number one. Number two, it just helps with anything. NDZ, that's the spring I got. NDZ, November Delta Zulu. NDZ springs, 22 pound. That's what you want. KKM barrel, NDZ spring. I hope to have a KKM barrel before bear season in the spring for my Glock 20. I have one for the Glock 40, obviously. So, and the Model 40 is a far superior gun. You'll never do that. Underwood good now? Seems to be. I mean, they go in phases. I doubt the revolver ammo's gotten any better, but 137 grain hammers for the 3.0. I hear good things. That's what I'm going to load for my dad here soon. There you go. Hammer bullets are supposed to be pretty good. If I was bugging out solo, it'd be a hard decision. Yep. If you're bugging out solo, your life is, you might as well count your life over. Don't bug out, bug in. Like bugging out is stupid. All right. Bugging out is when you absolutely have to. Sean, I started reloading with a press bolted to a large electrical spool as a table. There you go, man. There you go. I like it. I reloaded in an apartment. We had a 2-bedroom apartment when I first got married to my first wife, and I reloaded in that. I've been stocking up on ammo for years, since well before the shortage years. I'm good. There you go. Sure hope I could see Alaska before I pass. Been in Wyoming for 32 years and still haven't been to Yellowstone. Well, that's crazy, and yes, all it takes is money, dude. Come on up. Considering to buy one of the hybrid 308 AR-10, specifically either the Springfield Saint or Ruger S-Bar. Any opinions is on either lightweight all-arounder? Yeah, get the S-Bar 20-inch if you can find one. Whenever they're up on gun deals and Palmetto State and stuff, I put them on my MeWe page to find deals, man. So, yeah, I like it. I picked one up in my hands, and I've wanted one ever since. Like if I were going to get a 308 AR and money was no option, I'd drop $1,100, $1,200, whatever they cost these days on that Ruger S-Far in a hurry. Like I liked it. I think Slav Guns did a very, very good video on it. So if you want to go watch a good video, he did a very good video on it. New York Prepper just got one in the 20-inch. I'd buy a 16-inch for my wife and me a 20-inch, and any day of the week, if I had the money, I'd just drop it right then. How many ARs are too many? I have 7. Am I wrong? No, you're not wrong. And don't ever ask this question again. Just asking this. The answer is none, and none of your business. And the government asks it, it's none of your business. And if you're asking it, the answer is none. And don't ever commit blasphemy by asking this question again. Kidding, of course. It's not really blasphemy. It's just mostly blasphemy. I have 7 and I are wrong. I wonder, do I have 7? I can't remember how many I have. An AR-10, and then I have 5 AR-15s. So I only set 6 plus a 22-250 upper for the AR-10. So I only have 6 total. So you're not wrong. There you go. Not sure which glacier it is. I really like the picture, so I stole it on the interwebs. It looks like it'd be a picture from the bottom at the lake at the Matanuska Glacier, but it might not be. One of those guys in my question. Leroy Brace, thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. Did I get your question? Yeah, okay, the Glock 20 questions. My brother works at Hammer. Get him to send me some more bullets. Send me some bullets. Thanks. 300 yards is way more than adequate for anything here. We'll be lucky to get a 100-yard shot through the trees. But 200-yard could theoretically happen on the timber edge. There you go, man. I have a KKM now, but I just used to run a mag of jacketed bullets after a couple of mags of cast bullets. Seemed to clear out the lead out pretty good. I've heard about that before. Yeah. One thing I could do in the rural areas like South Central is making my own AR. Why not? It's legal. Love the St. Victor in 3.8, but wanting another one with at least a 20 or 22-inch barrel. The Saint only has a 16-inch. Yeah. 20 or 22-inch barrel if you're hunting. You know, that's a good all-around gun right there. Been debating on upgrading my 10mm between the SIG or FN. They're both good guns, man. Go for it. Naked I came in the world, naked I go out. But I might take my 144 mag with me. With apologies to Job. Man. Boy, if we don't get struck by lightning after this one, dear Lord Jesus, forgive us. Amen. All right. I'm not even Catholic, no crossing. There we go. Head to bed. See you, Luke Skywalker. May the Force and Constitution be with you all. You too. All the ARs, all the pew-pews. Personally love my Smith 44 mag 629. I love my 629 Classic. It's actually one of the guns near me right now. If somebody were to break in, they'd get 6 rounds of hardcast. And the other one near me is a 4570, which I'd also get 6 rounds of hardcast. Been lucky enough to go up to Alaska 13 times. Always wanted to go look for gold. But man, the hunting and fishing was good to stop and prospect. It was too good to stop and prospect. There you go. If the S-Far was a thing a couple years ago, I probably wouldn't have my Grendel. There you go. I can agree with that. Looking at the stats, 22 to 24 is max. I like 22. It's a decent boost from 22 inches and payoff. Yeah. 24-inch barrel in a 308 doesn't really give you that much over 22. But 22 does give you a lot over 16. So the 20 gives good, pretty decent. But in an AR-10, you're still losing some velocity to the gas port and the gas and action of it. So I would still go 22-inch if you can. Yes, I do remember. Who owns more firearms, Catholics or Protestants? I don't know. Those Korth revolvers are no joke. Yeah, I'm sure they're not. Spent $900 at my local Walmart that day, 2019, I believe. Yeah, it was 2018. It was before all the craziness. Yeah, I should have, but I didn't. I didn't. Well, guys, it's a late night, and I need to get to work tomorrow, and uh, need to spend some more time with my family. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this about 15, 20 minutes early. Thanks for a great chat. I appreciate everybody being here. Don't forget to view our MeWe page. I don't have a video ready to come out tomorrow. I was sick last week. I was so sick I didn't even post that I was sick. I just didn't come on the chat last week. I apologize. So, guys, God bless. Take care. We'll see you at the range. And don't forget to join our arms directory and MeWe groups. And that's where you can discuss things and post things if you want to post them as well. But yeah, guys, take care. God bless. See you later. Good night. All right.